Noise pollution. What is it? What does it do? And how can we help? In this video, I'll be answering all three of these questions as a part of the UN's #SolveDifferent campaign and their mission to raise awareness about the environment and make a difference. We humans are notoriously noisy. Wherever we go, excess noise follows in the form of traffic blaring, planes roaring, and ships bellowing. Obviously, most of our noise gathers in highly populated cities and residential areas. Shanghai, where I am, is considered one of the loudest in the world, with an average of 85 decibels, comparable to the lawnmower's 90 decibels, way above the World Health Organization's recommended 53 decibels max. Which brings us to our next question. How does noise pollution hurt organisms and their habitats? And to answer that, we have to understand how animals utilize noise to survive in natural environments. Soundscape ecologists have suggested that high noise levels can disrupt the different pitches and intervals animals use to communicate with each other. Hunting tactics and foraging skills can both be affected by high noise levels that may drown out important info or damage hearing itself. This is an example of the cross-cutting concept of cause and effect. The disruption of mating calls and important survival behaviors leads to the fleeing of certain species as well as reduced population sizes, reproduction rates, and genetic diversity. A couple examples of animals that are affected by noise pollution include whales, dolphins, birds, bats, insects, and especially humans. Some of these negative effects are attributed to the disturbance of communication and survival tactics, like I mentioned, but other effects include rapid aging, shorter lifespans, and cardiovascular problems. In humans, we see the results of high noise exposure everywhere in noise-induced hearing loss, high blood pressure, heart disease, sleep disturbance, and more. Now, how can we help? Nailing down a singular solution to noise pollution is basically impossible, since different areas requires different improvements and none are absolute. So, I've narrowed down several ways we can combat this issue, and I'll go into depth on the most widespread and effective. I'll go into government action first, especially in terms of noise regulation laws. Pictured above is the Guangzhou Soundproof Tunnel, which is an example of government-funded infrastructure. Noise is regulated at a national and local levels, since governments are concerned with harmful decibel levels as well as the comfort of, or lack of complaints from, their citizens. At the national level, regulations limit the allowable sound levels produced by aircraft, railway, and roadway vehicles, and certain heavy equipment like construction. These measures can include curfews, the construction of soundproof infrastructure, zoning controls for where construction occurs, fines for neighborhood disturbances, etc. We can see a real-life example of these laws in action in the EU. European countries have a lot of problems with rampant noise and the health issues it causes. In fact, an estimated 113 million Europeans are affected by noise levels of at least 55 decibels. The government has tried to remedy this by replacing old roads with smoother asphalt, better management of traffic flow, reducing speed limits, and putting quiet areas in place to offer havens from noise in the neighborhoods, the last of which has been proven effective. Looking at these possibilities and real-life examples, we can explore the solution's pros and cons. For strengths, there is a definite reduction of harmful noise sources and requires a large population to abide, meaning it's widespread. It promotes an eco-friendly and residential-friendly lifestyle with safer roads and streets and protects habitats as zoning controls restrict where loud factories and buildings can be built. As for limitations, it's difficult to evaluate the benefits of noise regulation laws in terms of positive health outcomes, and it mostly applies to urban and residential areas. It can only reduce so much noise and also costs more. Although noise regulation laws would absolutely decrease harmful noise levels on a large scale, it doesn't eliminate all of it, which leads me to a couple more possible solutions we can aspire to ourselves. We can monitor decibels caused by various daily equipment, such as washing machines, TV, blenders, etc., to knock down on disruptive sound. As for the workplace, according to the National Institute of Health, more than 30 million Americans are exposed to noise pollution at workplaces. So, lubrication of machinery and servicing should be done to minimize noise generation. Raising awareness about alternative transportation is important as well. Instead of taking louder cars or motorcycles, we can cycle, walk, ride share, or invest in electric vehicles. Lastly, dense foliage is also effective at absorbing noise, so planting trees and bushes not only contributes to the atmosphere and environment, but it provides year-round soundproofing as well. To summarize, noise pollution is a huge worldwide issue that doesn't get enough attention. That's why we need to raise awareness about how it affects both us and the animals around us. It also doesn't help to check your own noisy activities either for the benefit of your neighbors. Lastly, put pressure on your city or governing authorities to introduce noise regulation policies to make your area a better place. Thank you for watching. Go out there and go make a difference.